Hello, you are listening to the Yolanda Shoshana Show, the show that brings you the best in lifestyle and spirituality to help you live a charmed life. I am so excited about today's show because if you follow me, you know I love me some wine and I love bubbles. So today we're going to be talking about champagne. Today's guest is Blaine Ashley, the founder and creatrix of Champagne Week in New York City. Welcome to the show, Blaine.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Very excited to talk about Champagne Week.
Yes. Bubbles are fun. So, a question I wanted to ask you is, when did you begin your love affair with champagne?
So I was actually 19, and I was working in the most prestigious French restaurant in Oahu, Hawaii, where I'm from.
Oh.
And the restaurant called Michelle's was known for proposals. I mean, I probably saw a proposal a week on average. And
wow.
So you can imagine the champagne that was flowing, being that it was a French restaurant famous for proposals. So yeah. I saw a lot of champagne floating around, and I just thought it was there was something about it that just had me right away. I was like, I need to work in wine one day. So
wow, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh. You know, mine came actually when I was a little girl. There's a movie called Gigi. I don't know if you've seen it. It's an old movie. It's a Disney movie, and there is a song in it called "The Night They Invented Champagne." And she dances around. Yeah, I mean, it's just the most adorable, beautiful thing. And that's when I was like, what is this champagne? And yeah, I'm a huge fan. And I'm actually reading.
Make everything better.
Oh, totally. And I'm reading the new wine Bible, and Karen McNeil is a huge fan of the bubbles too. So we're in good company. So then you found this love of champagne. You get in the wine business. So how did you get the idea for champagne? When was your aha moment? What were you doing actually?
So I've had a company for 7 years called City Sip, and City Sip originally was a wine and spirits content site, and we also did a lot of events. Okay. And I always had bubbly at my parties. I always said it's not a party if there's not champagne or bubbly. So that was kind of the first part. I was going to France a lot with a food and drink marketing agency called Sipexa. They had me going to help with social media and events for their clients. And I was in Bordeaux, the largest wine festival in the world called Vin Expo. And as I was walking the show, I just decided the show is so massive. I'm like, I'm going to stick to one type of wine. I'm going to do champagne. So I was walking the show and telling people where I was from and what I did. And all of these champagne producers were like, please help us get into the New York market. And therein, the Champagne Week concept was born. So literally, I just took that and ran with it. Yeah.
That's cool. That's a cool story.
I was meeting incredible growers, champagnes, and boutique brands that had no exposure in the market, or they wanted to get into the market, and I wanted to create a platform to expose these amazing brands. So.
That sounds like a very magical story. I could see you just walking through with the glass and having fun. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Huh. You learned something new. So, okay, then. Why?
Right.
Why a week dedicated to champagne? Why not Moscato or white wine? So tell me why the magic of champagne should be celebrated.
Well, I mean, for personal selfish reasons, champagne lifestyle on a beer budget, I wanted to drink champagne as much as I could. So for one, it was a passion pursuit. But yeah, I mean, mainly it was just, there's so many incredible wines out there that don't get the voice that they deserve. I mean, you know, everyone knows Drube, everyone knows Moet, everyone knows Dom, but you've got these incredible grower champagnes that just deserved a little bit of exposure, and I wanted to give them a platform.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited to try some of them.
Yeah.
So this is the third year for Champagne Week. Where have I been?
I know, right?
So what are some of the events you have planned? And I'd love to know what types of people come to Champagne Week.
Right. So when I started the week, it was really about giving the brands exposure to media and to food and beverage professionals. So the reason why you might not have heard of it is because the first 2 years was really targeted to give these brands exposure to people that make buying decisions, and so media could give them, some credit. So this year is the first year that we're really opening it up to the public through a couple of events. So we're starting small, but this year we're doing a couple of really cool tasting classes. On Thursday, November 12th, we're going to be doing a boutique champagne tasting class. It's a champagne called DeVoe. People get to taste 7 varietals. They're incredible, dating back to vintage varietals, and meet the brand ambassador. And that's $60 at Back Label Wine Merchants. Cool. And then on Wednesday, actually the day before, we're doing a really cool tasting with Veuve Clicquot, Moet Imperial. We have Dom Perignon, Ruinart, and Krug. And that's going to be at our other retail partners store, Bottle Rocket Wine and Spirits, for the same price, $60. Cool. So that's a super hot ticket. People are kind of, when was the last time you got to drink Dom? It's going to be.
I know, right? Get in there.
Amazing, right. And then our closing party is a total blast. It's going to be on a yacht in the Hudson. It's called the Bubble Bash. So we're going to, it's just champagne sensory overload. We're going to have champagne fruit bars, champagne rosé bars, champagne cocktail bars.
Oh, my God.
French 75s.
Oh, my God.
Royales.
Oh, my goodness.
Airmail, which is my favorite cocktail, which maybe not a lot of people know, but an airmail is a rum, champagne, honey, lemon cocktail that's really delicious. We're even doing seal box, which people don't know that. Not a lot of people know that as well. It's whiskey, lemon, bitters, and champagne. So we're definitely going to be having fun on that yacht.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. And the whole week, there's a fantastic wine bar called La Compagnie de Vin Naturel, and they're going to be doing featuring grower champagnes for $10 a glass, and these champagnes are like $25, $30. So
wow, that's exciting. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of opportunity for people to explore champagne through a variety of avenues, educational. The bash is just going to be a fun party, and then a total bash, and then through the grower champagne promotion, people can taste some new things they've never had before.
That is awesome. This is arousing. This is arousing. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So, girl,
it's crazy, I'm telling you. Yeah.
I know, and you have been. You're a superstar. You're a rock star. You're a champagne rock star. So you're producing this by yourself. I'm exhausted listening to all that you have going on, which is awesome. But you must be a very savvy entrepreneur. So what are some of the challenges you faced as a businesswoman, and what are some of the good things? Clearly, the champagne is a nice treat, but besides all that.
Well, I'm not going to lie in saying that the wine industry is definitely a man's world, but so that can be challenging to be taken seriously. I also don't have a certification in wine, so I'm not a certified somm. I do self-educate regularly. I drink a lot of champagne, obviously. I taste a lot of champagne. I'm honestly very too busy to sit down and take a class.
Right.
So as we grow, I really look forward to going and taking a 10-week class and getting my certification. But until we grow a little bit larger, I'm not really able to do that. And year-round, I'm actually promoting champagne. Now, Champagne Week is just a week, but year-round, I travel the globe, and I do pop-up champagne events at food and wine festivals and cocktail weeks. So I keep really busy. So that's a good thing, but it's also quite a challenge.
Right.
And the positive is I really get to run with my creativity here. I really was averse to doing a week that kind of had the standard grand tasting with all champagnes in one room, or I wanted to create unique, fun, custom events and let different brands be represented at each event. So at every event, you're never going to find two brands in one room. That I'm giving brands a forum to own an event, really. Other events we've done in the past, we've done bubbles and burgers, sushi and champagne, Chinese and champagne. We just do fun events surrounding something that's normally stodgy or reserved for celebration. So
cool.
It's been really fun to get creative with it. And finally, brands are trusting me on my creativity. At first, they kind of wanted to do the traditional marketing, and now brands are like, this is fun. We want to get involved. We want to be taken. We want to show the approachability and diversity of champagne. So it's been nice to finally break through those challenges and get to run with my creativity.
Well, cool. Two things I'll say about that. Hey, if you ever need an assistant on the road, girl, call me. I will go with you and we can pop up.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I get you on the Psalm School because that's been something I've been thinking about. But I realized, like, two of the women I admire the most, Karen McNeil, who wrote the Wine Bible, never went to Psalm School. And then there's another woman I met from France, Isabelle Fauré, which you may have heard of her, who I met. She's never gone to Psalm School. She's amazing. So
she's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I actually had lunch with her in France when I was out there, and she was just incredible. She's amazing. She's an idol to me. Yeah.
Oh, me too. I had dinner with her. Yeah.
Yeah. She took me to Phuket. Where did she take you?
Oh, no, she came to New York. She's now the spokesperson for Wines of France, so I got to have dinner with her, and she's amazing. I'm like, oh, my God, she's my spirit animal. She's awesome.
I know.
Yeah, so cool. So, yes, keep going. I love what you're doing, and apparently so does everyone else. Keep it up.
Yeah, it's been really exciting this year. I mean, it's a real benchmark year. Last night, I had two brands tell me they wanted to get involved last minute, so I'm trying to whip some things together for them. I mean, it's in 2.5 weeks, but, it's really exciting to have brands come to you. I mean, that's a dream.
It is, and you will make it happen, I'm sure. No worries on it.
We're already working on year 4.
Oh, my goodness.
Working on, so it's exciting. Brands are already asking us, what can we do next year? So
high five to you, girl.
Yeah.
So, okay, now that people have all this information and they're like, oh, my God, champagne. So can you give the listeners a few tips on selecting champagne? What should they keep in mind? Like if they're going to try something new or if they're trying something that they love, like what do you tips, comments?
I mean, honestly, the best thing to do is just taste as much as you can.
No problem.
My advice is honestly, every time you go for champagne, just try a new champagne and try and learn as much about it as possible. I mean, the best way to find out what you like is to really taste, not to read about it. So, for instance, it's a mood thing for me. So, but I generally will go for, my go-to is an extra brut. I really like extra bruts because they're low in sugar, and I feel a little better having a little less sugar, and the taste of the fermentation really comes through in the champagne. But yeah, I really think I love growers. Grower champagnes, they're just incredible. There's so many gems out there. So I just really suggest to taste as much as you can.
I like that. That's my kind of lady. Taste as much as you can.
Take pictures of the bottles and take notes. Yeah.
Yes, I'm always taking photos of bottles, and I put them in Evernote. Here's a tip for those of you who love to take photos of bottles. Evernote is amazing. And
my friend Ben actually gave me a really good analogy the other night. He says, drinking bad champagne is like having bad sex. It's still pretty good.
That's a T-shirt, girl.
It's a keeper. I'm going to use this all the time.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. And last but not least now, are there any books that you can recommend that could be helpful for somebody getting a little bit more knowledge on champagne and figuring out what they might like, just even the history of it?
Right. There's the best way to go in terms, I would say versus books, to take some classes. So for instance, the Culinary Institute, they do a class called Understanding Wine. It's a 10-week course. It's around a little over $1,000, and it's an incredible way to just break down the basics. Also, places like Back Label Wine Merchants and Bottle Rocket Wine and Spirit, they do tasting classes all the time, and the tasting classes are a total bargain. I mean, you can spend like maybe $40 to $60 and taste 7 champagnes. If you were tasting 7 champagnes in a bar, it would run you, way more. So I would say the best way to go is to learn through experience, firsthand experience and tasting. Otherwise, I really like trade publications, so Shanken News, the drinks business. That's where I get a lot of my continual knowledge, and those are daily deliveries to your inbox. So that's what I would recommend in learning more about champagne.
Fabulous. Well, thank you. Well, thank you so much for your hard work and bringing the Champagne Week together. I can't wait to, cheers to you. And thank you for sharing all your awesome knowledge. This is a wonderful.
And all of the all of the events can be found at nychampagneweek.com. So everything is, up for public consumption right there, and people can snag tickets to any of the events they'd like to come to this year, and then just keep an eye on the site for next year.
Absolutely. And those of you who may not be in New York during the time of Champagne Week, keep your eye out for next year, or get your butt to New York City. I mean, what a good reason to come to New York, I say.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was just saying the other day that it's kind of interesting. I feel like I'm becoming Yelpable and destination worthy with the Champagne Week. So I don't know how to prepare for this, but it looks like, we have a couple girls. I got an email from some ladies who are coming for a bachelorette party, and they want to celebrate during Champagne Week. So this is not something that I ever thought we would get to, but we're here.
It's a good week. Like, if your lover, your boo brings you to New York for Champagne Week, how sexy is that? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, right?
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Blaine Ashley. We'll see you soon. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and I will talk to you next time. Once again, it's Yolanda Shoshana at yolandashoshana.com. Use this information. It will change your life. It will lead you to a charmed life. Bye.
Thank you.